already, oh, we went for another parts run. We got some wire so we can replace this wire harness here going into the coolant sensor. That 20 bucks for a 100-foot roll, so hopefully this will come in handy. We got some paint for the battery box. We're taking that all off, wire wheeling it, priming it, repainting it, and then putting it back on. So I wanted there to be a coat of paint and primer between where the brackets go onto the frame. So when we go to pull other things off, we don't have to worry about pulling that off as well. So as I do something, I try to paint it if I'm going to move it. I try to paint the frame there. So the primer was $15 each, and then a can of paint. I just bought one because it says it's the same color as what I've used before, but it's a different company, so I wanted to make sure it was close to matching, and it's pretty close. You might be able to tell if you really look close, but I'm gonna go with this from now on because again, I get this from Fleet Farm and my daughter works there, so I get a 20% discount. And this seems to be it's got a good spray pattern to it, so it's a lot easier to spray on from a can. And this stuff here, $10 for a can. So, and then our parts here, we had to go to iState to replace this clip. I think I'm going to buy the tools where you can pull these pieces out inside and then just rewire them and then put them back in. Because I suspect this is not the last harness clip that I'm going to have to repair. But is what they were able to do was give me that same thing but in pieces, so I'll just have to belt it together. I'll add the wire in onto this, put the wire in there, we'll close it all together and we'll shrink wrap it. I'm going to try to do a little dab of solder in there, that's the way I like to do it. And then we'll put it into the new clip, and then we'll be able to clip it onto the new sensor. And all of that together was $607 for this here. So you guys can add it up if you want, but there's our prices. That's our parts run for the day, and now we'll get back to fixing. All right, instead of rebuilding this harness here, we're bringing it down and do everything on the top of the toolbox. It'll be much easier for me, and it'll be easier for you to see what's going on. So let's get you over there and get this rebuilt. That was surprisingly a bit easier than I expected. Now that I've kind of taught myself how to do this, yeah, that was easy. You just put them in the little clips, and then those little clips kind of snap into the plastic housing here. Wow, I didn't realize that was so easy. Perfect. No, I'm gonna have absolutely no problems building new harnesses if one looks old or janky or just looks like, hey, let's replace it, because we can. I'm glad I did that. That's awesome. Made it plenty long enough so I can splice it in where it's the easiest and best place to splice it. I have these, but these are not big enough for the wire we have. I think these we could, if they're the right size. They're just a butt end connection. So essentially we could do that. I could put some flux in there, put it together. Gee, those fit. Put another one here, solder it, and then have a piece of shrink wrap here that I'd put over the top of it. I'm gonna do that. Then it's the way I want it, and shrink wrapped. That's what we're gonna do over there. All right, so let's move over there and we'll do that. Again, this is gonna be a fast forward kind of process, so I can listen to the radio while I do it. Time to put the sensor in. So we spliced it in right here. I ended up using clear ones. I didn't have white ones that would fit. I kind of like the idea clear, then I can always look in there and see how that joint is looking, see if it's getting corroded and bad. We fished it back through here where it was, put new zip ties in to keep everything snug and together. And it comes up right here. Sorry for the noise. The kids got all his buddies over and they all brought a 4-wheeler or a dirt bike to go ripping around on. But so where this comes up past the air conditioner, I believe, in the event that it's going to sit in rub, I threw tape on that. And then it just goes up to the sensor. You put the new sensor in there. Now I will add some water. I'm going to put some soap in it to help clean clean out the radiator and the coolant system, I guess, where it all goes to the engine and the block and all that. Try to get it up to temp if everything runs. Nope. As I'm now staring at the batteries, I don't have batteries hooked up in order to start the truck. So this is all the first running on the cooling system. All right, I guess that was my lesson. That's next. Well, you've seen a couple different methods. This disc deal, this here is a 3M product. I don't spin-off wheel, attach hardware. I don't know if it really even has I can't see like an actual name on it, but there's that. It worked pretty good. I mean, it takes it off. My kid does detailing for a local Ford dealership, and they use these there, and he said they work great, so I figured I'd try it, give it a shot. 40, 45 bucks. They're not cheap, but I think they kind of work pretty decent. This warms up fairly good while you're using it. I did notice I could like see some smoke, heat smoke coming off of it. I thought maybe my drill was starting to get wrecked, but it does kill a battery pretty quick. I had switched out to a brand new battery that was off the charger, and it killed it in probably, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe less. And then of course over here I took the heat gun and warmed it up, and I just pushed it off with these little scrapers Now this I got off of Amazon, and these are just little hard plastic razor blades, I guess you'd call them. That's what Fosho? I have no idea. But so that was the other method. And then you see, I had paint thinner, and then I also tried mineral spirit too. That's what I had the first time when I was wiping up down here to try to get the gunk off. Didn't really seem to do much. No, that's just instructions on how to change it. Oh, here's more. This here is a 3M strip off, is what it says here. 3M strip off wheel. There you go. Kind of directions, tells you how to do it. Of course, I don't read directions, I just try by ear, whatever seems to work the best. And then the little plastic razor blades deals, they come with a whole assortment of extra blades. You get 2 of these, 2 of those, and then a whole pack of blades. I forget. I don't know. If I think about it, or if I remember, I'll try to put these in the description down below, a link to them or something. I don't know if I can figure out how to do that, but there you go. That's my way of taking decals off. I got some up here yet that we got to do. It's real faint. It says fire extinguisher inside, and then the lettering is gone. So that's just what's left over from decals being there. There's a US dot number and whatnot. Those IFTA tags, taking those off. This is a personal use truck, so we definitely don't need those, much less them being old. The 27 down here, this was truck number 27, last place it came from. That'll be coming off, and then obviously all the same stuff over on the other side of the truck is going to be coming off. So, but yeah, that's about all I think I can get done for tonight. And without having, we'd still need to wait for the paint to dry. We got the rest of the battery box parts there. Those are going to dry. I got the bolts. I got to clean those up. And then hopefully in a couple days we can put all that back together and get working on it again. Once I get the batteries in, then we can fill in the coolant, or we can put water in the coolant system, put a little soap in there to help clean it out, and then we can start her up and hopefully get her up to temp. Maybe take her out for a quick little spin. Yeah. Then we'll drain that, put coolant, water, and coolant or antifreeze mix in there for the winter. And then the clutch brake, maybe tackle that, get that done. We got a little bit of play in the shifting linkage here I'd like to take a look at. This is quite loose. So I'd like to see if I can figure out how to tighten that up a little bit. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and have a great night.